We've had our 2012 Acura MDX for about a year now, and I want to go over all the things that we like about it, all the things we don't like about it, and I want to answer a special question at the end. Is this a good used car to buy in 2023? Let's get into it. So we purchased this on August 30th, 2022, knowing that we don't want too nice of a car so that we can take it to places that aren't too nice and to cities that aren't the safest, like Chicago and New York. So we just wanted a good, simple car that is good enough for my standards and that we can take to not as nice places. The styling is pretty simple. I mean, it's nothing that's going to stand out in 2023 that's going to bring like carjackers or anything like that. So we were pretty okay with the styling. I do really like the headlights though. They're nice and bright. Now we have an older looking design for this so that we know it's not the newest car out there. We did appreciate the mud guards down here because, well, we didn't want a lot of dirt on our car, and it just made cleaning and getting a car wash a lot easier. Now coming around back, we have not used this tow hitch once, and I'm not sure we're going to be using it anytime soon, but it's there just in case we need it. In the trunk, a lot less space than we were expecting. This is not a big car, guys, so don't expect too much space. We haven't ever used this. We rarely use the third row, and we usually have the seats down. We just have the seats up for now. Now stepping inside, even though this is a base model, we have 2 memory seats and 10-way of power leather seats, which we really appreciated considering that this was not very expensive. We bought this for $21,000. We have quite a bit of storage down there, carpet floor mats, and a power steering wheel. So overall, a pretty acceptable cabin for the base model. I know that there is a lot of stuff that we'd be missing considering that there's like blind spot monitoring on the top trim level. But we were pretty impressed with all the versatility here. I mean, it's not going to be too much, right? It's not a big car, but we had some right here. We had heated seats, and this is basically all we really needed for a second car. We don't need anything too big because we're not going to be driving it that often. We bought this at 69,000 miles, and we, as you can see, 78,819 miles. So we put about 10,000 miles on this. Not too bad, considering that in 6 months we put 9,000 miles, on our 2023 Acura MDX. So this is actually a good deal, considering that this is from 2012. Now we still have the actual key, and that's basically it. We need a lot of storage, so this hasn't been the best for that. Let's check out the second row. Okay, so there are 3 children in our family, so we will need all 3 rows in use most of the time. So we have a car seat here, and the rest of us have no car seats. Now I'm gonna get back out of this. We have 1 car charger up there, another one right here. Highly recommend them. Not a lot of room back here. I mean, I've seen better. There's an armrest and 2 lights that we never use, and our own separate zone of climate control. So nothing really special back here. However, it is pretty good for a long road trip, just not anything super fancy or special. So this seat was actually kind of hard for anyone that's sitting back here to get into. I'm not gonna get back here, but we weren't too impressed with the amount of room back here. As you can see, not a lot of room. The seats are very low to the ground. And, well, we have a cup holder and a little storage bin. So final thoughts and final impressions on the year with the 2012 Acura MDX. It's a great car. It's a great second car. I mean, would I really use it for our first car that we drive every single day? Probably not. But this is a great second car, the car that you take to places that aren't so nice. And I'd say that it's a pretty good choice if you don't have more than 2 or 3 kids. Now, if you have 4 kids, that's probably going to be a problem. But I'd say go for it. If you see an MDX that's a good deal, I'd say go for it. This is a great car, and we really appreciate the year with it. Now, we will keep this car for longer. We might not keep the other cars, but we will keep this car for a little while longer. Thank you for watching this video, everyone. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.